Well, we also went to go see Dracula last night, and it was a theater that was not very crowded, and it was a double feature. It was a double feature of the Bela Lugosi Dracula and also the Spanish counterpart that was filmed simultaneously to this one, but with a largely Spanish-speaking cast. We only stayed for the Bela Lugosi one.
Yeah.
Even though, from what I remember about the Spanish one, I actually remember kind of liking it better.
I haven't seen the Spanish one.
Had you seen the Bela Lugosi one before?
Yeah.
How long had it been since you'd seen it?
Not that long. We saw it in my film class.
Oh, right on. It's actually been since film class that I saw it, but that was like
2 whole weeks ago.
for me. I just graduated. No, like this was probably like 99 or 2000 was maybe the last time that I saw it, and I was really tired at the movie last night.
I was too. Oh my god. Like, that's kind of why we didn't stay for the Spanish one, I think.
Yeah, like we were running around all day doing like Halloween shopping, and the day before is when I drove up here, so I was probably still a little tired from that. But whatever. I haven't seen Dracula in the theater before, and it's only like 80 minutes long. That's one thing about a lot of those movies back then of that kind. When they end, they just end.
Yeah, I had seen it so recently, and I still, forgot that it ended so abruptly.
Like, well, this is all on you, Dracula. You picked the wrong time to go to sleep. Like, there are people trying to get in. They are totally gonna kill you. Like, honestly, you really should have seen this coming. I cannot believe you haven't been killed sooner.
Are you coming, Doctor? Nope. Okay. The end.
Yeah.
Not gonna elaborate on that. Okay.
It's not my favorite Dracula movie. The Francis Ford Coppola one is a better movie. I like the Christopher Lee ones. Dracula 1972 AD is probably my favorite. I fucking love that movie. The Todd Browning one, there's cool things about it. Like, it's a beautiful looking movie. You got those gorgeous matte paintings in there. It's got eerie shit in it, because the movie really doesn't have much of a soundtrack at all. So a lot of it is just kind of this eerie silence throughout a lot of the movie. And the first couple of times when there's just this awkward quietness, and it cuts to his creepy ass eyes staring at him, there's some good shit there. And there's shots in it that just look like a horror painting. Like when they're in that hospital where there's that crowd of people watching him talk about the body, it just looks like just the way that the people in the audience are just sitting and their arms kind of hanging down and everything. It's almost surreal in a way. I won't go so far as to say that the movie is as scary now as it was way back in the day. In fact, it's actually quite campy. It's honestly probably campier now than a lot of the intentionally campier Dracula movies that came after it. I mean, Bela Lugosi's performance, it really, set the standard for that character, I mean, he was, for the rest of his career, he was usually playing a character that was not unlike how he acted in Dracula. And, because of this performance here, there's stuff like the Count from Sesame Street, or Count Chocula, or just that Hungarian voice that he has. The stereotypical way of, you expect him to start singing Bobby Boris Pickett at any point. Just that stereotypical Count Dracula voice. And it's not the movie's fault at all, but in this day and age, when you watch that, it's a little humorous.
I just like that apparently the sanitarium patients can just wander into their living quarters at any moment.
Which made it a very good double feature with Halloween. Since when do they let them wander around?
Like, especially since that dude was supposed to be under, like, extra supervision. Apparently all the other ones could just leave.
And he's still wearing just, like, his pants and suspenders and shirt. I like crazy-ass Tom Waits in the Francis Ford Coppola version, who's just strapped into his own straitjacket that's pinned to the wall and shit like that. Just smearing feces everywhere. I like that. Yeah, this guy, and then it's cutting to this, like, hospital employee / milkman. Like, oh, well now, I didn't think he was going to escape. Now you got out of that locked door again, did you? Like, alright, settle down, Monty Python. Easy there. You're about here. We're gonna need you about here, alright?
Who wants to eat flesh? Well, you do, you loony.
You do, you loony. That's why you're on the loony bin, that is. Right. I don't know about this guy. He was, yeah, you know what I mean? It seems like even, at least with that, it seems like, alright, this, I think even way back then, this is meant to be the comic relief.
Yeah.
No, Renfield, though, is one of my favorite characters in that movie. He's practically
definitely
playing the Joker.
Yeah.
Like, he really is. Like, he's, like, just that, like, big old smile, like, the eyebrow, like, you just put some, like, fucking makeup on him, he's the Joker.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's like the physical embodiment of, like, Mark Hamill's Joker. But when it ended, I was kind of like, alright, cool, now we can go out and, like, grab a drink or something.
Yeah.
It's not, do you like a lot of the, old Universal monster movies?
I love most of the old Universal monster movies. This one just definitely is not my favorite.
Do you not like Dracula?
I mean, like, it's not that I don't like it, it's just not one of my favorites.
No, it's not one of mine either. I like the Frankenstein movies better.
That's what I was gonna say, yeah, same here.
The Frankenstein movie's got that great Colin Clive performance in there. Like, we'll see if I'm crazy or not. Love that guy. Wolfman I like better. Creature from the Black Lagoon I like better. You know, the strengths of Dracula is that it is, you know, I mean, it is an eerie looking film. It like, just that castle itself just looks like walking through just a haunted house, like with the cobwebs and that giant staircase, and even parts where they're looking out the window and the doors go open and there's all that fog and like creepy trees and just the eerie silence throughout a lot of it. There's things about it that I think still hold up, and there's a lot of stuff about it that doesn't.
No.
Which is your favorite? You like the Frankenstein movies the best?
Probably Bride of Frankenstein is my
Bride of
favorite.
She hates me. I love Bride of Frankenstein. What about Young Frankenstein? You never seen Young Frankenstein?
I haven't.
What? That's the scariest.
I feel like you shouldn't ask me if I've seen movies in these midnight screenings, because there's going to be someone in there who's like, why are you even dating her? She hasn't seen the movie you're talking about.
We will watch Young Frankenstein.
Okay.
I also have Turkish Young Frankenstein back at the house. It's not as good.
Oh, you need to drive 10 hours back to your house and go get
Oh, totally worth it. To grab Turkish. What am I doing this for? I could just go online and get it.
No, that one specifically.
Fuck. No, I actually remember, from what I remember about the Spanish one that it also showed last night, I remember liking that one better. Like, that one is it's pre-code era, and so it's highly more sexualized. So I kind of, yeah, and it didn't have just those really familiar moments of camp that have just been sort of lampooned so many times afterwards. It didn't have a lot of that in it, and yeah, if I was more awake last night, I think I would have been like, you want to stick around and watch the same movie again? It was also really fucking cheap.
Yeah,
to
it was
get
like
in.
$3.
It was
ticket.
$3 a piece. I thought it was going to be one of those that would be really expensive because it is technically a double feature. But we were at like a second run theater, but at the same time, even at least when I go to stuff like this in Springfield, like those movies have a set price that's different from the other stuff that's being shown. Like if a Fathom event is going on the same time as like a half price Tuesdays or whatever, the Fathom event's not half price. It's still, I mean, it varies. Sometimes they're the same price, but sometimes it's like when Sarah and I went to go see the preview of Inside Out, and it was $20 a piece. And the only special feature in front of this was Ben Mankiewicz. Like, Dracula is a movie that exists, and here it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
He does that in front of all the TMC ones. Halloween had a cool like featurette in front of it with John Carpenter talking about the movie.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
I dug that.
He was telling the story about how he didn't get to keep they didn't get to keep their Oscar for a short film because it belonged to USC, and his reaction to that was just simply "fuck you."
Yeah, they called him on the phone like, "We want our movie back," and he's just like, "Fuck you, it's not your movie."
You gotta fuck yourself. Brad, this is the city of Springfield calling. Hi, Springfield. Yeah, you filmed Hooker with a Heart of Gold in this town. We're gonna need that. All right. Wait, don't take that one. I like that one. You can have this other one. Who is this?
The entire city. Everyone in it. Probably simultaneously.
I don't even know who our mayor is. I used to know who our mayor was. When Tim Davlin was our mayor, I used to run into him like at the bar sometimes.
Nice.
This is before the smoking ban, so he'd just be there with a cigar and shit. I did meet yeah, from when I worked in radio, there were some politicians that I met. I met Rob Blagojevich.
Oh, cool.
He's very... Those, like... I'm sure a lot of people out there probably know who Blagojevich is, because that made national news. And he was also on, like, Celebrity Apprentice and some shit. I met him when he was first running for governor, and... it seemed like a nice guy. He was charismatic as fuck.
I think my dad met Kwame Kilpatrick when he was still mayor.
Of Detroit? Oh, right on. Cool.
You know who that is, right?
By name, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did he do it? Did he, like, is he known as being, like, the best mayor of Detroit?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
He's like, he stole a bunch of money and might have killed someone.
So, the best. Oh, we get that. Yeah, that always happens in Chicago.
Like, look up Kwame Kilpatrick later on. He's
all right.
Pretty. I wouldn't have like name dropped him if I didn't think you would have known who he was.
No, I mean I recognized the name, but like when I remember I told my dad when I told him this. I was like, oh yeah, I met Blagojevich like several years ago, and my dad's like, did you hold on to your wallet or something like that? And I'm like, I was a part-time employee at a DJ, and I saw Rob Blagojevich's watch he was wearing. There's no way he's going after my wallet. Like, his watch cost more than I made that year. And his fantastic hair. Well, it's Halloween season, you know, so, Dracula's the kind of thing, you know, you just put on TV like a lot of those other Universal monster movies. Put it on TV as you're going to sleep. You know, just kind of have it on in the background. Like this time of year and movies like that, it's nice to just have on. You're just kind of winding down for the day, and you kind of want to get into the season a little bit. That's typically when I watch a movie like this, when I'm not watching Halloween 3 or Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Is that a yearly thing for you?
Oh,
watching a movie that came out.
It will be,
this
because
year?
that is sure to be a classic.
Oh yeah.
We got to see that this weekend.
Do you remember how much I mentioned that I didn't want to see this movie when I was with Sarah, and I didn't think I would have to see this movie?
I made sure to come here just for this occasion.
Not
Actually,
Halloween or anything, just the release of Scout's Guide.
The preview screening for that movie is tonight, but thank God, like Halloween was playing. Maybe I'm eating my own words. Maybe I'll end up really liking the movie.
I don't think I will. I really don't think I will. Even if you do, I don't think I will.
I hate Scouts.
Fucking Scouts.
Fucking Scouts, man. Fucking Scouts. Alright, we'll be back at some point with Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Later.